Ground cover is an incredibly important part of a garden, in my opinion, because who likes to see tons and tons of soil when you could see more plants? Not only do ground cover plants look super natural and fill out spaces really well, but usually, at least most of these on this list, you only really need one or two plants, maybe three at most, to create a massive impact and fill a ton of space. So this video is going to be dedicated to some of my absolute favorite ground cover plants, which will cover those empty, dead looking spots in your garden. So definitely subscribe if you're new here, as we're currently trying to hit 5,000 subscribers, and let's check these plants out. So first of all, I want to start off with Ajuga reptans. So Ajuga is this very interesting, it almost kind of feels like a succulent. It's pretty much just for foliage, although it does have these sort of blue flowers which kind of come up and then sort of fade away pretty quickly in late spring. These are absolutely fantastic. I mean, as you can see, this plant has only been here for about a year, and it's already filled out this space so nicely. It's also really interesting for foliage because it's got this sort of black-green kind of foliage, which I feel like is very unique. And this is just one plant. In fact, it was a tiny little 9 centimeter pot plant, which has filled out this huge amount of space right here in the corner. As you can see as well, it slips out really nicely, so it sort of creates this nice carpet effect. Some ground cover plants can honestly be a little bit invasive and kind of take over a bit too much, but this isn't one of them in my opinion. It's also fairly easy to get rid of if you don't want it and it's taking over too much. You can definitely cut it back quite easily. I believe you can also divide it quite easily and then get more of them to plant in other places. So Ajuga is definitely one of my favorites for ground cover. I just feel like it stands out so much, especially sort of, amongst some of the other more colorful plants. It just really, it's a special plant. That's what I'm trying to say. This thing will tolerate lots of different conditions. It'll even tolerate a bit of shade, I believe, which is really cool. Soil-wise, it's pretty much happy anywhere, as far as I've experienced in my garden anyways. So yeah, I highly recommend this one. Now, how about we move over here to this new flower bed right in front of my shed? This is called Erigeron carvinskianus. And Erigeron, this sort of daisy-looking type plant, is a fantastic ground cover. Now, I wanted to show you these especially because these Erigerons here, which have already spread this great amount of space already, were only planted as 9 centimeter plants this spring. So they've already spread this much already. Let me show you one that's a bit more established. This one here is about a year old, and as you can see, it's spread much, much more. That's just one single plant. So Erigeron carvinskianus is an absolutely fantastic ground cover plant that looks so nice. It also self-seeds, and so it'll cover up other places very naturally, which I love. Yeah, this one is really, really great. I'm a huge, huge fan of Erigeron. I just think it's so special. It's just really natural. It's very cottagey, which I absolutely love about it. So yeah, Erigeron has a very, very special place in my heart. It's definitely an absolute favorite of mine. It also looks great in containers. I mean, look at it here, kind of filling and spilling out of the edges of this urn planter. It looks so good. I mean, I just think it's fantastic. And again, if it likes your soil, it might self-seed around the garden and appear in lots of very natural looking places like cracks in walls and along sort of the pavements and stuff. So yeah, I mean, what more could you ask for? This is a truly, truly great plant. Definitely one of my all-time favorites. Sadly, I had to cut them back, so you're not going to see their full effect, but Nepeta, Walker's Low, and also Nepeta Six Hills Giant are great ground cover plants. This plant is just about a year old and it already fills up this space. But once it flowers with those beautiful bluish purple flowers, it'll cover this whole space. If you can see any soil here right now, previously the Nepeta was covering that, all of it. So yeah, Nepeta is a great one. If you look in some of my past videos, you'll see it featured a lot, especially my May garden tour and such. You'll definitely get to see it. So yeah, Nepeta is a really, really great one, especially Walker's Low and Six Hills Giant. They do spread quite a lot. Sometimes they can be a bit of a problem. That's why I've actually cut mine back. I did a Chelsea chop on them. Originally I wasn't going to, but I decided to in the end. And the reason why you do this in sort of late May is because then it'll get a second flowering later on, but also the shape will be a bit more compact. So if you prefer that sort of thing, then all you need to do is once they've done their kind of first flowering in sort of late May, give them a chop back to this. You can be very harsh with them. They don't mind, and they'll come back looking 10 times better. So yeah, This is a really fantastic one. I absolutely love Nepeta, especially Walker's Low, one of my favorites. Here we have Lamium, which is actually kind of like a nettle in a way. I believe it's called a dead nettle because it doesn't sting you. So no worries there at all, because we all hate to be stung by these things. I love it. It forms really nice carpets. It's got these beautiful pink flowers. I think this one is called Pink Pewter. It's been a long time since I purchased this, so I don't remember its specific variety, unfortunately, because I'm not sort of an expert on every single plant. But yeah, I think you should be able to find this one fairly easily if you look up Pink Pewter or you just look up Lamiums in general. Yeah, really, really nice. Very pretty flowers. It's good sort of interest throughout the year. I believe it's evergreen, so it just kind of stays like this. You'll need to get rid of some dead bits on it after winter, but it's not really too much of a problem, honestly. It's very low maintenance, which I love about it. I mean, this one was actually chopped back a bit when I added in the steel edging around my pathways. So it's already come back looking absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I really, really love Lamium. I think it's a great one. Next to it, we do have Alchemilla mollis with these beautiful yellow flowers, and also the foliage, which actually captures raindrops really nicely. Alchemilla mollis is great interest for sort of early summer. That'll fill out really nicely. And I really like the leaves on it. They remind me of like four-leaf clovers or like lily pads or something. They're really, really pretty. So yeah, that fills out this area really nicely. It's doing a great job. Definitely one that I recommend a ton. Here we have Salvia Schneehugel, which is a white salvia. This is one of the Salvia nemorosa types, so it's kind of similar to Salvia caridona and Sensation Pink and such. This one is so good. You can give it a good deadhead sort of once it stops flowering to kind of help it keep going. But as you can see, this is 3 plants. 2 of them are very small, so it's already filling out this space incredibly well despite not being huge. And yeah, I love it. This has been in my garden for a few years now. In fact, this one at the front has been here for this is its 3rd year. So it's looking really, really good. It spreads nicely. It covers the whole area. It looks fantastic paired with Salvia caridona because look at that contrast in color. The sort of stark white with the dark sort of purple. Yeah, it's really incredible. So Salvia Schneehugel, definitely one to try and get your hands on. Over here at the back, where the sun is still in sun. What's the right word I'm looking for there? Where the sun is still shining. Let's just say. I definitely failed my English there. That's why I'm a gardener. But yeah, here we have Geranium Dreamland, which looks so nice. This is its 3rd year in my garden. It's really, really big. It's a bit all over the place at the moment. You can again give this thing a chop back once it flowers for the first time, and it'll come back with an even better shape. So definitely something you can expect to see flower a lot. Really, really nice. Ground cover, fantastic. I mean, Nepetas in general, you can get quite a few geraniums. There's so many different types of hardy geraniums you can get. Here's a few that I want to recommend. So we've got Dreamland, we've got Rosemore, we've got Walgrave Pink, and we've got, of course, the very famous Roseanne. Those are ones that I would all personally recommend. There are lots and lots of others, but just be careful you don't accidentally get a pelargonium. You want to make sure you get a hardy geranium. So when you're looking at ones, look them up first, because these guys are great for ground cover. They flower a ton. They've got pretty sort of light pinks kind of colors, purples, that sort of thing. Yeah, geraniums. I actually can't imagine a garden without geraniums. I know that sounds a bit dramatic, but to me, without my geraniums, I genuinely can't picture my garden at all. So yeah, they're absolutely stunning, and I definitely recommend them. So those are some of my absolute favorite ground cover plants, which are fantastic for covering all those empty spots in your garden. Do let me know down in the comment section below, what are some that you recommend and you have in your garden? What have you had success with? I always love when people share their sort of different, takes on what works in their garden. So if you made it to the end, definitely leave a like, as it helps the video reach more people. And of course, if you're new here, do consider subscribing. I post gardening videos almost every week, and I would love to have you here on the channel.